England are in the final of Euro 2024, and do you guys think we can win this against Spain? Having played mediocre all tournament up until the first 45 minutes last night, for it to be stifled by Holland and England to struggle to break them down, and the game was fizzing out to extra time, but Southgate made his two changes, Cole Palmer, Ollie Watkins, and the two combined for the winner on the 91st minute. Do you believe we can do this? Let me know in the comment section. But what a game that was last night. Now, I was confident going into it thinking we can beat the Netherlands. Yes, they got a threat. And after 8 minutes or so, we were rocked by an absolute brilliant goal from Javi Simmons, I have to say. And Declan Rice lost possession for probably one of the only times he has done. I think you can count him on one hand, let's just say that. But Simmons took the ball off him, took two touches with the defence backing off, and hit an absolute beauty from 25 yards. Pickford could get nowhere near it. So you look for England to respond, and they did, and that was good to see. Yes, the penalty's debatable, but there's contact in the box. The player wasn't looking to play the ball. He was just looking to put his foot up to put Harry Kane off. Kane made contact. They reviewed it. They gave it. We have to be honest, and I have to be honest. If that was given against me, I'd be fuming. But as Roy Keane said after the game last night, if that was anywhere else on the pitch, you give a free kick. So why not give a penalty? So penalty given, and Harry Kane stepped up and took it. Having not been on the pitch against Switzerland to take one of the other five, he dispatched his penalty to get his third goal of the tournament so far. Brought us 1-1. Now, England were playing free. They were dominating possession of the ball. Holland couldn't deal with the midfield, and England was swarming all over them and had them pinned in their own half for the most part. Just that second goal was lacking. Didn't get it. And, of course, Koeman goes in at half-time and he makes his changes and he stifles England in the midfield. And then we struggled to try and create anything, really. The likes of Foden were out of the game. Harry Kane wasn't seeing as much and kept having to drop deep to get involved. You had Saka not as much of a dominant threat in that second half. And they needed to change something. So Gareth Southgate made his changes. Yes, we keep banging on about it being too late, but he made the change. And what was key is you saw Ollie Watkins on the side of the pitch waiting to come on with Cole Palmer, saying to Palmer, "You're going to set me up." And I mean, to be honest, there was little that Palmer did and Watkins did in the game when they came on, apart from that one moment. Ollie Watkins has made the last few seasons a career out of running off the ball. His movement off the ball is fantastic. And I'd love for Chelsea to sign him. I really would love for Chelsea to get hold of Watkins. I think it'd be perfect for us. But he made the run. He saw Cole Palmer pick the ball up. And what Cole Palmer does, which is different to a lot of people, his first look is always forward. He looks forward, and if he sees a pass, he plays it. He doesn't hesitate. Now, he picked the ball up. Now, there's conjecture whether or not the ball's supposed to be for Kobe Mainoo, but who cares? Gave it to Palmer. He looks up, sees a run for Watkins. He pins De Vrij inside his own penalty box, and he turns and hits the ball through his legs in the bottom corner in the 91st minute to put England into the final. I said in my last video about the fact that we're on a bit of a roll now winning the penalties. Could we actually go and win this thing? I'm looking at the situation yesterday, the penalty. Think about Bellingham's overhead kick late on the game. Then this late goal last night. And you just think things are beginning to align and you wonder if something's happening as far as England's concerned. What I will say is ahead of us is a real hard test. The biggest, most dangerous test we've got against a Spanish team who've been the best team in the tournament, without question. So before I explain what I'm about to, what do you think genuinely? What's your head and your heart telling you? Do you think England can beat Spain? Do you think we're good enough? Do you think we've got good options off the bench? They've got options off the bench as well. Danny Carvajal's back. Interesting to see him go up against Bellingham on that side. And will he start Luke Shaw or stick with Trippier? He'll probably go with Trippier again. I don't think he's going to change the team. There's loads of little battles over that pitch, which will be interesting to see. And again, you're going to rely on England's bench to maybe make a difference in the final. But I've watched Spain the other night. It's the first time I sat and watched them in a full 90-minute game against France. And I thought their first half was outstanding. I thought Spain play free. They play open, attacking football. It's easy for people to get sucked into playing defensively against them because, as you saw against France, France were being pinned back time and time again. Now, what I will say is, obviously, Lamar Yamal, whatever his name is, scored an absolute beauty. Youngster, only just turning 17 now. Nico Williams, they're a massive threat. Obviously, you got Fabian Ruiz as well there. And Morata up front just works his socks off, as we all know. What I will say about Spain is it all comes down to Rodri. Rodri dictates the play for Spain. He'll break things up and give it forward to get them moving. He's like the orchestrator. He's the one player that sits defensively in that midfield, and he anchors the midfield, and he just goes from side to side and he mops up. So if you pin Rodri, if you pin someone on him and try and take him out of the game, you're going to nullify most of what Spain do going forward, because then you're relying on Fabian to come back and support Rodri. As a result, the two wingers got to drop in as well. You look at the way England can go forward on the width that we've got already with Foden and Saka. And then you look at, obviously you got Trippier there as well. You got Bellingham fleeting to the outside, Foden going the other side. And I just think the two youngsters out wide, Williams and Yamal, I don't think they track back defensively good enough. And I think that England need to be on the front foot against Spain. We can't sit defensively, play our pace, Premier League pace, and we move the ball consistently well, quick and early, forward, interchanging passing, creating space, loads out wide. I think we're going to cause Spain loads of problems. I really, really do. And I think that if anything, they have to change their formation to try and deal with it. But England can't get sucked into a defensive game. We can't. Because if we do, we're inviting pressure and it causes problems. England need to play front foot football. They've got players to do it. And if the players become tired or whatever, they can change them with the options we got. Gordon, Watkins, Palmer, Bowen. You've got plenty of options to come on and to stretch the game even more. And that's what England need to do. It's weird. I'm sort of apprehensive about the game coming up. But I'm also confident in the fact that I think England are good enough to win this tournament now. First tournament win since 1966, which is just crazy. It'll go mad here if that's the case. Now, we just need to deliver. So we've got to be positive. Spain are a massive threat. As I said, we can't get sucked into playing defensively. We've got to play front foot football. We need to pin Rodri, take him out of the game, force him Fabian back, the two wingers back, and then we can really impose ourselves. What a night yesterday. What a performance. England are in the European final, Euro 2024 final. Who would have thought that? A couple of games into the group stages where it was boring, nothing was happening, laboured England, tired England. But as I said before, things are happening with certain things. Bellingham's overhead kick, the penalty shootout win. When have we scored all five as well as we have against Switzerland? Then you've got the penalty being given yesterday, the last-minute winner with two substitutes combining. Something's happening. Could football be coming home to England? Think in the comments section. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Not Chelsea content. It's England content for once. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. See you soon.